Right, we're back as promised for an FA Cup preview, and Zach's gone back to his day job. So special guest.
It's me, Emil. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'll leave that all in the capable hands of Carl.
So I would say that you've done every single job at this club, every single job, and presenting a podcast. You can add that to the list.
Yeah, a very long list, yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm good at any of them, but yeah, I've done a few things, yeah.
So we're going to just quickly discuss transfer comings and goings, and then just look forward to the FA Cup and go back over a few FA Cup memories.
I can remember.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
I think there are a few, yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, Adam Rooney announced he was leaving. Just after we'd taken the squad photo. I understand. I'd just like to say thanks to Adam again, because he stuck by us, and I understand that Whitley Bay's a long way. I spoke to his dad after the game. It's 3 hours back and then another however far to the Wirral. And I fully appreciate that you want to play, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, especially with the first game of the season as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have it right. I mean, all lads, we're playing for the shirts. I mean, we had 17, 18, 19, 20. Chaddy, I don't think had indicated who was in the team. He'd not even indicated who was manager. So, I mean, we had 16 lads on the day, 5 missed out.
Yeah. Then we had Matlock on the road, Baseford on the road. It's a long day. And
well, of course it is. I mean, like you think about it, season's three weeks old tomorrow, or on Saturday. We'll have already been to Whitby Town, Matlock Town, Baseford United, and Guisborough Town.
Yeah.
It's a fair trip in 3 weeks.
Isn't it? I did say to Adam's dad Paul that there's a lot of football to be played, and 3 weeks in, Booney's picked up a knock, and Adam would have been in. And then once you've got the shirts, then
yeah, we're hoping 45, 46, 47, 48, maybe 50 games this season.
Yeah.
Everybody will play 35 games, but it was Adam's prerogative, and we wish him good luck.
We do. I'm sure we'll meet again.
I'm not going to sing that.
Yeah. Coming in, Josh Solomon Davis. Is he the first international player to play for the Coles?
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I mean, we might have had some back in there, but I think he was the first. Probably. Was it St Lucia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Pilkey played for us, didn't he, after he left for Coles? I mean, after that meteoric rise. But yeah, definitely. I don't know if he's a current international or not, but
still young.
Of course he is, yeah.
Still young, plenty of football to be played.
Yeah, and he's had a great start.
Yeah, he came on against Matlock, didn't he? And he just looked really sharp, and he just was busy and looked to be going forward.
Yeah, and you didn't go Baseford,
no.
did you? And you acquitted him very well there. I mean, he come on as a substitute, and you can't knock a 90th minute equaliser, can you?
You can't do.
On 6 yard box. I mean, what's the right back doing there? But hey, we didn't care.
No.
We didn't care.
No. So Booney's picked up that injury. Jack Evans has dropped into centre back. So Josh is in at right back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think that's his position. It might have been the position he played for Marine when we were on that glorious cup run.
Well, let's hope we can replicate that.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And then we've got Chris Prifty has come in. He was here pre-season, wasn't he? He was around pre-season because I spoke to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. I might have seen him in pre-season, but Cherry gave me a call I'm getting my days mixed up. We played on Saturday. Cherry gave me a call on Sunday saying we're signing a lad who we hadn't been in the season, and we sent him out for games at Atherton. He'd done that. Granted, we had a bit of an injury crisis, didn't we? I mean, 5 games into the season.
Well,
and lo and behold, Atherton signed Chris. So I mean, it was funny how you do, really. I mean, Sunday morning we've got Monday morning, so it's 11 o'clock is the cut-off because you get 4 days for sign a player, or 4 hours for sign a player before a game. So 11 o'clock cut-off. We'd still not signed him properly. So at 9 o'clock, Chris come down to Atherton, sign a form, and I was going to get everything sorted out. I didn't know what he looked like. He'd not a bloody clue what I looked like, but lo and behold, I'd sent wrong postcode to him, hadn't I? So I'm expecting this kid to be coming turn up where I were outside, like when my Cole's hat on. And he weren't going to do it because I sent him wrong postcode anyway. But then this lad gets out of this nice car, a good-looking kid he was, good-looking lad, and I thought, does this fella look Albanian? You know, as Chris is Albanian. So I approached this lad and broad Lancashire, broad Atherton accent, so it weren't him. But this lad, I mean, I didn't know him. He played for Coles once under Cleggy about 5 or 6 years ago in a friendly. Joe Bybee, isn't it? You know, and it's a small world, isn't it? But yeah, but eventually, I met up with Chris and we got that signing over the line. But it could have been another one for me boot this when. It will be a good book eventually, I think.
He looked sharp when he came on as an experienced winger.
Well, I think he's been about a bit. You know, I think just reading between the lines and looking him up on the internet, he's won a couple of Albanian championships when he moved over here. But I think he's been around the local non-league scene. He's definitely been at Hyde, maybe Stalybridge. So he's been about a bit, and that's what we want.
Yeah, a bit of experience. Yeah. We have missed, like you mentioned, the injuries. Harvey's picked up a knock, and Nathan picked up a knock at Matlock. And we were, like you say, thin on the numbers. So, much needed.
Much needed. And Lewis Mansell as well.
As well.
So, I mean, you think about it, I mean, you're in this division, and it's like, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. But you think now we've played 3 weeks and we've played 6 games.
Back to back.
It's a lot of football. And when your squad's not as big as others, I mean, no complaints about anybody else's squad or anything, but it does get difficult, and you pick up an injury on a Saturday and then it's Monday. Yeah. It's difficult.
Yeah. So we're on the Thursday evening, we've got an FA Cup trip to Guisborough on Saturday. I think it's our first meeting with Guisborough.
Yeah, we've never played them, definitely not.
Yeah, I went through Guisborough on my way to Whitby.
Whitby?
Yeah, because of the diversion. When you went to the cricket club, I took the long way round. I went through Great Atherton, past the Rosebery topping, through Guisborough, dropped down into Whitby. Beautiful, stunning part of the world. And it's got a drive-through Starbucks on the way. So
will not be bothering me because I'm not going.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get everything sorted out, but I'm not going. I'm going on my holidays on Saturday. But I'll have everything sorted out.
It's got Wetherspoons as well.
Well, away. The Coles crazy gang will like that, definitely.
Oh, where are you going?
Mexico.
Ah,
yeah. So I mean, I'll be as soon as I turn my phone on. I'm flying hopefully at 12 o'clock. So as soon as I turn my phone on, I'll know where we've gone on. Yeah.
So FA Cup. Let's cover Guisborough's run. So this is the first round qualifying.
Yeah.
But Guisborough have already played 2 rounds, the extra preliminary round, when they played, and I know your face is going to drop when I say this name, Newton Aycliffe.
Newton Aycliffe, now that's a blast front pass. When the FA Vars game, when we should have played it 4 or 5 times and we didn't, and we ended up at Durham. Yeah. But they're coming out of Northern Premier League now, aren't they?
They are bottom of the First Division East.
Yeah, but they can't be bad. Still not a bad outfit, though. Forget out about Northern League. Yeah, so they must have beat them, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat them. Newton Aycliffe is where Cleggy is the only first time. Cleggy actually lost it, didn't he? His head went with his "I'll tear you apart."
Who was that to?
Their bench.
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, I mean, it was going back a bit. I've been to a few games since, but yeah.
We lost 1-0.
Yeah. Jordan Culver scored, and he was 2 yards onside, and the linesman flagged him before they scored. It was on that 4G pitch.
Yeah, Brad put in a naughty tackle, and it all kicked off.
Not like Bradley, is it? It wasn't like Bradley, but yeah, I think we're unlucky on the night. We're just one of them things, wasn't it? You know, we could. Yeah, they're one of them. I mean, I don't remember much about the game. I know 16 of us went on the coach. I mean, so it was an hardy 16, and we had about 20 or 30 there, and it was just a bit disappointing. Now I think we were a better team than them, but hey, sometimes you get these decisions, don't you, on the road?
Yeah. So in the next round, and it went to a replay. So they've already played 3 FA Cup games. They beat Pontycols.
Pontycols, my God, they were the most competitive team I think I've ever seen. I mean, remember when we were on Raw Meat out there? In that pre-season
So we played them twice. We played them in the Colliery Cup at theirs, and it was like a dust bowl.
1-1.
And then we all went on the pop. And then, the game here was, the game after we played Al Ittihad was here, and they beat us 6-1.
And it could have been 10.
They
were excellent.
They battered us.
They wanted it. They wanted it back there.
Because at that time, we weren't a big team, if you think about it. We weren't the biggest team with the likes of, Lambo and Vinny Bailey. Not all 6'3". These lads, they were...
I think they were about 4-0 up after about 20 or 30 minutes.
I've never seen anything like it.
And the manager were competitive, the assistant manager were competitive, and it was same at their place about one before.
I love a swear. I've never heard such language. Yeah. Never ever heard profanities at that sort of rate coming out. So
passion. It's called passion, Matt.
So they beat those. So they're mid-table. So they've giant killed them, realistically. So we're going into this game on Saturday, and we're a league above those 2 teams they played. They're on for a cup run and a giant killing.
Well, of course, they'll be expecting it. We had a good win, didn't we, on Wednesday night? We beat Sunderland RCA 3-1. That's another team where I've had bad memories at as well. But that's another story. But, they will be up for it, definitely.
Totally. I saw that the guy who scored maybe the 3rd goal was Eddie Thomas, who is on loan from Marsk. So maybe he doesn't play. Maybe he's the goal threat. Clutching at straws here a little bit.
Yeah, you probably know more about them than me, but they will definitely be up for it. They'll have been looking at our results like we've been looking at their results.
Well, something we touched on last week was the amount of stuff we put out. They played North Shields on Saturday, I think on Monday, and North Shields put an extended highlights package out, which is very nice of them. It means you can at least get a feel. I think the right back looked lively, looked young and nippy. And then the number 4 looked a big lad who likes a challenge. And it's all just good information to...
I'll tell you, Wazzer will have been all over it. He will have watched all their videos.
Yeah.
So we will be prepared, and we've got to be, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, let's have it right. It's a 2-hour journey up, and I'm confident, actually.
Yeah.
I am confident.
Yeah.
I am confident, but I'll not be there to watch it, unfortunately.
And if we were to win, we would be into the draw on the Monday, assuming there's no replay. And the next round will be on the 16th, which means we wouldn't play Guiseley. Guiseley have got Marine, so if either one of us win, then that throws the fixtures into...
Well, it does. But then the league said, would you want to... let's not be defeatist, but it could happen, and then the question would have to ask, do we want a game on that 16th? Because we don't have to have a game, but do we want a game?
It'd be nice to be on a cup run, to be
fair.
fair.
Of course it would. You've got to love a cup run.
So I thought we'd go over FA Cup history of the club. So going back to my earliest memories of the FA Cup and Coles, we seem to play Radcliffe Borough every year. And then there was a couple of trips to Rossington, Maine.
Rossington, Maine, Radcliffe Borough. The first one I watched was 94, 95. It was at Blidworth Miners' Welfare. We got floodlights in. It might have been 95, 96 actually. But we drew there, and then we did the honours on a Wednesday night. We're pissing down with rain. Me and my mate Dwayne stayed in bar all second half because we were doing a special on Guinness, bottled Guinness. So we drunk come dry a bottled Guinness, but we managed a 3-1 win there, and that was a great result. And then we got Buxton here, who were at our level now in Northern Premier League. We were North West County Division 2.
Okay.
And you're talking about giant killings. We beat them 2-0 here, and their manager. I weren't at the game, but I've heard it on good authority. The fans were baying for his blood outside here. I think he got sacked after the game. Blimey. So we not only did a giant killing, but we got rid of a manager.
Yeah.
And then we ended up playing at Guiseley. in third qualifying round, and that's still, we've been in that third qualifying round twice.
Yeah.
But that was, we beat Atherton after that, and then we went to Guiseley, and they'd got to FA Trophy semi-final year before. They were up and coming, and I think we had a player called Jeff Horsfield who had a good career, and I think he destroyed us. And even though we were valiant, we valiantly went out 3-1, but we got a taste of it. Now the FA Cup, we thought it was easy, but after that, it certainly weren't easy. No, definitely not.
I think so. The third round qualifying, then you got the final fourth round qualifying, which is you're then on the verge of the first round proper, aren't you? And that's kind of the dream. I've always thought that if we could get to that fourth round, you could get the whole town behind us.
Well, of course. I mean, remember we nearly did about 2 years ago, didn't we? I mean, and we were all heartbroken. Brad was heartbroken. You know, when we drew with Marine here, 0 apiece, and then we went there because you remember they were back on the season before when they'd played Spurs, haven't they? And they got all them fans, about 35,000 fans, like sponsored the game, and it was unbelievable. And they were having a glory run, Marine, where they couldn't lose. They couldn't lose on penalties in FA Cup, and they never thought they were going to lose. And we were even division above them then, so they drew here, and then we went there, and we didn't turn up at their place in first half, and we were 2-0 down. And then we managed to pull one back, Ben Conway, and then at 93rd minute, he hit a 25-yarder in back at net, so it's 2 apiece. We go in extra time, 209th minute of football. There's a loose ball in Cole's box. Joe Lamardo makes a tackle. The lad goes down. The referee couldn't wait, point at spot. No. By common consent, and again, we're being a little bit parochial, it was harsh, and it was heartbreaking. And you think we've got a chance of getting fourth qualifying round of the FA Cup, and who were it against in fourth qualifying? Wrexham at home, so Ryan Reynolds is Wrexham, so can you imagine that crew on here, bootlegger and all that. But it didn't happen, and we got over it, but Brad were heartbroken, amongst other people.
Yeah. But this year, another chance.
Well, of course it is another chance. All things are eternal. Yeah. I mean, the good thing is now, when we're in North West Counties, we have to go through extra preliminary round, first qualifying round. Now, you win a couple where we are now, and we can get there. It is. I mean, it's a long shot, but you've got a dream.
Guisborough, I think there's one Step 6 team left in it. So we're drawing a Step 5 team is a good draw, really, because you could get someone in this league and be straight out.
Oh, of course it is. Did you say Guiseley play Marine?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? So, I mean, like, one of our league big ones are going to go out just like that, isn't it? Yeah, so...
Yeah.
But...
So I thought we'd go back to where we were in the extra preliminary round at Brighouse. And I think we're going to clip in that goal, Ben Hardcastle's goal.
Come here!
This is the first part of the FA Cup, and the thing here is our fans and the passion for that goal at such an early stage of the FA Cup. That's what it means, and that's how important it is.
Well, it's still seen a lot today, that goal, isn't it? You know, that through ball. I can't remember who did it. Ben finished perfectly. And we all ran. He ran to where we were, and there were a bloke sat there. You see that picture, and he was so poor-faced. I mean, we must have, 40 of us must have been where his seat were, you know, where he must have sat every game. But one apiece, and we thought we'd done the hard work, I think, at Brighouse, but it didn't happen in replay. We're on Monday night because we played at home on Monday.
No, it was Monday afternoon.
It was Monday afternoon, it was bank holiday, you're right there, and
I know this because I wasn't at Brighouse. I was in Brighton, and I got up bank holiday Monday, had some breakfast in Worthing, beautiful, sat out on the beach for a little bit.
So I'd had a night out in Wigan, and we'd won a prize to do on here, and it was a night out in, well, a guest house in Wigan, or a Premier Inn, or whatever you want to call it. So me and Emma had, because she was doing T-bar at the time, we had to come back here for Monday after game. You're right, it was Monday afternoon from Wigan. Yeah, I mean, and
it was belting down. So I've been in the sun at 11 o'clock. I've got here, I think it might have been about 3:30 by the time I got here, belting down. Everyone's huddled under the David Norris stand, and there was no food on. And we lost. It was a bit of a...
Well, I don't know if we know food on.
yeah,
I mean, if we weren't a lot, I mean, let's have it right. But yeah, I mean, we're under there and we lost. And I think, again, it was an upset, but we'd lost because, I mean, we were firing, man. We really were firing, and it was one of them things. But we should have won. We should have won at Brighouse. I think we should have won at Brighouse, and we did win something more. Remember that we do a meat draw here, but what we did at Brighouse for quality were like a vegetable draw, like £20 worth of bloody vegetable stuff. So I don't think it got back to Atherton. I mean, it was strewn all over the ground after the game, but what a good prize. And
I remember that distinctly from the next time we played there in the league. Someone having a box with carrots and pineapples.
Yeah, good idea.
And then the other games I can remember was playing Atherton Town away. I think we got to this, was it not the second round qualifying? We lost to Atherton Town.
Straight in from a corner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing game, straight in from a corner in early in second half. And we didn't deserve to get out of that game.
And their keeper celebrated like he'd won the World Cup.
Oh, he wouldn't do beat him a mighty Coles, let's have it right. But yeah, I mean, I've had some fun in games, like you talk about going up north east. I mean, that season, I can't remember which season it was. It was early 2000s, and it was season after United had pulled out at FA Cup. So what we did, we put money up a little bit. So in first round, we drew a team called Willington in County Durham. We were playing for a grand. First round, we were for a grand, and we drew nil apiece at Willington, and then we two come back here on, I think it might have been Monday night. It was Monday night. We beat them 5-0, and it set up an home game against Salford City. Now, Salford City were in our league then, but they weren't class of 92, whatever, but they had like a local steel magnate in charge of them at the time, or he were pumping a bob or two in, so they were like money bags team in our league. So we didn't have a pot pissing. And that prize, because they'd increased it, £7,500 for winners. Right, so we were underdogs there against Salford City, and they wanted it and we wanted it, and we won in 86 minutes. A full back who didn't score many for us, we're playing midfield, Gary Truitt, I think his name was, prodded one home for about 4 yards. So I mean, we celebrated that day, beating Salford City and picking £7,500 up.
I can visualise Paul Humphreys doing a dance. Is that what?
Well, he might not have been there. Oh, he might not have been there at the time, but it was like giving a donkey strawberries for if Humphreys had been there, he would have given it a dance. But then set us up, so we drew Spennymoor away, but it weren't for £7,500. It was for 10 grand. So we were playing for right big money at that time, 10 grand. So I don't know how we managed it, but we got an away kit sponsor.
Yeah.
A nice yellow number. Alan Blackburn sponsored it, lives over there, yeah. His firm sponsored it. Nice coach down, we'd done everything proper. We're playing for 10 grand here. It didn't last long. We had 3 sent off. I mean, he didn't tell, but I'm not saying the referee were biased, but he knew all their own names. You know, sometimes you can get a parochial referee, you know. I mean, he probably refed them all along, and it was perhaps a big game for him. We lost 5-0, had 3 sent off, and then there were incidents in a bottle shop on way back, which I mean, I'm not going to, but it was one of them. I never said, basically I was thinking, and I never used them words before, FML, if you know what I'm saying. It was one of them days where we went, you know, we come home shattered. but spending weren't a
with
bad thing.
with a few bottles.
Yeah, well, no, they weren't bottles, no. But it were a bad day at Blackrock, as they say. Yeah.
I've got a couple of other FA Cup memories. Danny Lambo equalising at Marsk to make it 3-3 in the last minute. Was that the FA Cup?
FA Trophy.
Oh,
that was FA Trophy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Clitheroe, Cleethorpes.
FA Vars.
Was
But remember they did us in FA Vars.
Yeah, never wanted to go there again in my life.
And we drew them in FA Cup,
Yes.
definitely, yeah.
Yes, and we won that one. I think Ian Howard had a...
Yeah, I'd gone with... England must have played in Malta that weekend and on Friday night, so I'd gone with a few Coles fans Malta. But me and Brighton were watching it. We were in Popeye Land in Malta watching scores, scores on doors, And when we did celebrate when Ian Howard made it 2-1 because they had just equalised just before. But you can watch it on Twitter now. You can't really, you can't really concentrate whatever you're doing even when you're holiday when Coles are playing. So, but that was a good day, yeah. We
can maybe see if we can sort up some sort of feed for you in Mexico. Well, you're on the plane, right? Can't even do that.
Yeah. That would be good, Carl. If anyone can do it, you can.
I've done it previously. Well, do you remember the game when we played Whitby Town when Brad wasn't there? I did stream the game to him. The game that Jordan Boone played in.
Yeah.
So Brad watched it on a dodgy mobile.
Yeah. Oh, was that among the mumps outbreak?
I think it might have
been. Yeah, it could have been, yeah. It was somewhere, yeah.
The dreaded mumps outbreak.
Yeah, the mumps outbreak, yeah. He had a lot put up with, haven't we? He had a lot put up with.
Didn't he? Yeah, some of the pictures that were around at the time weren't great. So, I think we're going to wrap it up there for our FA Cup preview.
Yeah, I've just got to think. I'll not be there, Carl will be there. We've just got to go there and give it our best shot.
Our game.
Give it our best shot. We're a good side. We are a good side. And Chaddy's got them playing. He's got them playing. As I said about 10 minutes ago, I'm confident.
I think the prize money is like 2,250.
Yeah.
750 if you lose, so there's 1,500 quid on it. We can't turn that down.
No, can you hell? It's there and it gets you another round, doesn't it? And a win is a win is a win.
Yeah,
and we've got to get the impetus going.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that me and Zach might do an episode next week, looking back at these games, and then looking forward to the Radcliffe game. I'm sure you're looking forward. Are you back for that?
No, I'll not be back for the Radcliffe game. We've had some fun games with Radcliffe as well. We've had some good games with Radcliffe, and they're flying. Well, let's have it flying.
Yeah.
John Owen Bernard have got them flying, and what is it? 6 out of 6 we've won. 6 points clear.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting game, isn't it? But you've got to go in there with hope.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
You've got to be confident. Yeah, definitely.
I've seen football games where people have had one attack and scored and just defended for their lives, and like the Alamo. And
yeah, I've seen some of our results so far this season, and I said, and I don't go over the top, but I said coming off that game at Matlock, and I said to a couple of fans, we will be the best team you beat 3-0 all season.
It wasn't a 3-0
no,
game.
it wasn't a 3-0 game, but these things happen in this league. And then Baseford, we got out of jail, really. We got out of jail. It was a bit of a nothing performance after they scored. And I'm just saying the Lancaster game, I think the experience told. The experience told.
Well, the guy that scored's about 39 years old.
Who?
Simon Grand.
Yeah, I don't think he knew he'd scored it, but it hit him. But you celebrate it, don't you? Of course you do. Yeah. They fetched David Norris on, didn't they?
I thought he retired. I was surprised when he came on.
Yeah, but it's all about experience. We've just got to back the lads now. And the home fan, the gates have been brilliant, and our away support pound for pound, you know, home supporters to away supporters is up there with them in league.
Yeah,
so we've just got to let's go to Guisborough. Let's get that bloody drum going and
Away from me.
but let's get that drum going and let's bike the lads.
The day,
Definitely.
See some celebrations like the sort of Brig House, and we're all happy.
Definitely. Yeah.
Right, so hopefully catch you in a new episode in a couple of weeks maybe. Thanks to Emil for standing in.
A cameo appearance. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.